Hi guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video I created this kind of everyday makeup look. I had been doing this look I should say for 2 days straight I think it was, and I absolutely love how it came out. I'm gonna pretty much just call it my everyday look because it is really glam and very simple and easy to create. So if you want to see how I achieved this look, then just feel free and keep on watching. Hi guys, so to start off this video I went ahead and I did my brows off camera, and now I'm gonna start with foundation for this video. And I'm going to take the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD Long Wear Illuminating Foundation. And I absolutely love this one because it is a full coverage foundation. The only thing this one says it is medium to full coverage, smooth, long wearing, flawless looking finish. And since it does say illuminating, this is for a more drier complexion. So if you do have oily skin, this is going to give you kind of a dewy finish because it gives me a dewy finish. However, I'm not more of oily skin, I'm kind of combination. So I wore this foundation yesterday, and being out in the sun and stuff, it did get dewy throughout the day. But you can always kind of prevent that by setting it with the setting powder or like a loose powder. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna still use this one today, and this is in the shade Warm Beige. And this one I found it's a little too dark for me, but it's not that bad. I'm going to take 2 pumps just like that, and then I'm going to get it, and then I'm going to first dot it onto my face. And I went ahead and I already moisturized and primed my face. And to moisturize, I use my Pond's moisturizer, and to prime I use my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take my beauty blender. I had to cut this off because it went all bad. And I'm going to first blend it down the neck. And the reason I like doing it down the neck is because since it does look a little darker on me, I'd rather just bring it down the neck so everything kind of matches together. And it's not just my face that's darker than my neck. And then I'm just going to go in and I'm going to blend out the rest. I like to blend out one side first, so that way all the product that I have on this side blends out to this side. And then instead of me blending this side and then not be done and then me blend out this side, and then I'm just going to be adding more product to one side. And then now for concealer, I'm going to take this Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Medium. So what I like to do when this is empty and it's hard for me to get any product out with the applicator, I just go in with my synthetic brush that I use to carve out my brows. And you can see that it got some on the brush. So then I just apply some underneath. And I don't really like applying too much, but I just apply enough to cover any imperfections. And then down the nose, and then pretty much just with whatever's left on that brush, then I would just go ahead and apply. And the reason why I'm starting off with my face first is because the eyeshadow look that we're going to be doing today, it's nothing dramatic, it's quite simple. So I thought it would be best just to start off with the face. I don't normally highlight in these areas, but just to get some of that product. And I like doing this underneath where my contour kind of bronzer goes, is so that way when I apply my cream contour, it's going to look like it has that sharp kind of appearance. And then I'm going to go in with the tip of my beauty blender and then blend that out. So now that I'm done blending out the under eye, I'm going to just quickly apply some of that concealer to the eyelids just to get them ready for the eyeshadow. And then I'm going to go in with the NYX Highlight and Pro Contour Palette, and I'm going to take this the yellow shade here, and mix it with the white shade. And I'm going to use that to set underneath my eye. And now to kind of contour, I'm going to take the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Chestnut. It looks like this. And the reason why I'm going in with a cream contour is just because since this foundation is a little bit more on the dewy side, I don't want to go into a powder just yet. And then I'm going to blend it out with this Beige Cosmetics brush. I'm not sure which one this is, but it came into a set. Looks like this. It's pretty dense, that's why I like this one to blend it out. Usually I was using the e.l.f. stippling brush, but I like this one just a little bit better. And with this one, I'm just tapping it into the skin. And you can see how easily that just blended out. And then for my forehead, I kind of just blended out into the hairline. And then to go ahead and set that bronzer, that contour I should say, I'm gonna take the Hoola Benefit bronzer. And I like to take just a little brush that comes with it. And I just take a little bit of that. I don't want to set it too much, and I'm just gonna just lightly press that in. And now for highlight, I'm going to take my Makeup Revolution Baked Highlighter in Golden Lights. And I'm going to apply that with my Morphe M510. Just going to swirl it around. So what I like to do is, as you can see, it already looks really pigmented. What I like to do, since I did grab a little bit too much product on the brush, I just go ahead and I apply kind of the rest of it to the other side, just to kind of make it equal, just so I don't put too much product on this side in the beginning, and then I can just go ahead and end up building that up. But that's pretty much placed right there, and then just add a little bit more to the brush, and then just add it to this side. And if you have been my day one subscriber, you know that I don't normally use blush, but I have been really liking how it looks. So I'm taking this Milani Baked Blush in the shade Berry Amore, and it looks like this. So it's like a kind of mauve-y pink, but it has little specks of gold in it. So, and again, I'm just going to apply it to this small angled blush brush from BH Cosmetics as well. So for the eyes, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. It looks like this, and this is the only palette that we're going to be using today. So for the first shade that we're going to go into, we're pretty much only going to go into 2 shades. And I'm going to take this shade here, this shade, Salted Caramel, so that's this like pink color here. And I'm going to use it as my transition color. And then I'm going to apply that with my B Bella NG329 brush, so it's a fluffy brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt my head back. And I'm going to first apply it to my crease. Normally, I started applying the shadows out here first and then to the crease. But for this specific look, I'm just going to put my brush straight into my crease here and then just blend it out back and forth in windshield wiper motions. And then when I get towards the outside here, I'm going to do circular motions just because since I already have my face done, I don't want to bring it out too much and then having to go back in and cleaning that up. So that's why I'm just kind of rounding it out towards the outer part of my eye here. And since we are going in with one shade of the transition, you want to make sure that this shade is going to be really blended out before we go in and we add the next color, because like I said, this is the only transition shade that we're going to be applying for today's look. So then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch brushes. I'm going to go in with a more tapered brush. And this is the Morphe. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take this B Bella NG332 brush. It's just a little bit more tapered. And I'm going to still go in with Salted Caramel. And the reason why I'm going in with a more tapered brush is so that way when I still apply it and deposit it into the crease, it's going to add dimension without me having to go in with another kind of different kind of pink, I guess you can say. I'm still using the same color, just a more precise brush, so that's gonna get into the crease and make it look like I have another color. So I'm just gonna add depth. And now for the next brush that I'm gonna go into is just a small synthetic brush, again from BH Cosmetics. And then from that same palette, we're going to go in with this shade right here, with the shade Creme Brulee. And it's just this kind of bronzy, kind of gold color right here. And what I'm going to do with this shade, I'm just going to apply a lot of that to that brush. I'm going to tap off the excess. And then I'm just going to apply that to my lid. And now for the bottom lash line, I'm going to go in with this Morphe M322 brush, like a bullet brush, perfect for the bottom lash line. And I'm going to go in with Salted Caramel. And then I'm going to apply that to my bottom lashes. To my bottom lash line, I should say. I always get those confused. I don't know why. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this LA Girl Pro Face HD High Definition Matte Pressed Powder. It looks like this, and this is in the shade Nude Beige. And then what I'm going to do with that powder is I'm going to just take a little bit on my Morphe M106 brush. Just this large powder brush. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that one just because that one isn't my shade. But I'm just going to use that just to kind of lightly apply over my face and just give me, you know, just a little setting powder. And now I'm going to take the Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara. Looks like this. I talked about this one in one of my previous videos that my mom had bought it for me. And I fell in love with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to coat my bottom lashes. Sorry, it's because I was talking to my boyfriend. But this is the Iluvsarahii X Colourpop Lippie Pencil in the shade Curvii. And on top, I'm going to apply this NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Madeleine. I don't know. So that's pretty much it for this entire look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was really simple, as you guys seen in the tutorial, but it is really glam at the same time. You guys can tone it down. You guys don't have to use the kind of shimmer on the eyelid. You can just use that transition shade all over. You can use a matte lip. You can pretty much mix this look up however you guys please. But for the most part, this is the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in my next video.